Every shadow holds a story. Every story hides a haunting truth. If it chills, bewilders, or keeps you up at night, you'll find it here. Step into the darkness with us and dare to listen to the Ghost Encounters podcast. Welcome back, all you spooky people, to the Ghost Encounters podcast. I am paranormal investigator Justin Torok.
And I'm Jordan, the group scientist.
I'm Hannah, your death-obsessed bestie.
We are back. Sorry, we took a little bit longer of a break than we really wanted to, but, we were enjoying the holidays. Everything was on fire, including California.
Yeah, everything was on fire.
My life was on fire.
Yes, it was. You dealt with a lot.
And we were sick. Me and you both got sick.
Oh my God, we got really sick, especially in the beginning of January. I hope all of you didn't get sick. If you did, I'm sorry. Hopefully you're fine now.
Yeah.
Jordan, I know your dog had some issues. Kara, poor Kara.
Poor Kara. She's better now. She's on medication.
Good.
My poor baby girl.
All sorted out.
Yeah. But we are back, and we are bringing back Jordan's favorite topic ever, aliens.
Aliens.
Finally.
Yes.
I feel like we've been waiting for like 6 years to do fucking aliens.
Seriously.
We only have, what, 1 or 2 alien episodes in this whole podcast?
Yeah, I think it's only like 1 or 2.
I mean, the Triangles episode brought aliens in it a little bit,
That's
but
true.
a full-on alien episode, it's been a while.
Heck yeah.
It was about damn time.
Yeah, I'm excited because this is what I'm going to talk about as a topic that I've been looking at since I was a kid. And it's something I've been fascinated by, so I'm really excited.
Let's fuck shit up. Let's do this.
For decades, the world has been fascinated by the unknown. Strange lights in the sky, government cover-ups, and beings that may not be from this earth. But what if some of those theories weren't just speculation? On this episode, we're unraveling some of the most infamous alien conspiracies ever recorded. We'll crack open the mystery of Roswell, where something or someone crashed in 1947, leaving behind a tangled web of secrecy. Then we'll take a deep dive into Valiant Thor, the alleged extraterrestrial who lived in the Pentagon advising US leaders on cosmic matters. And finally, we'll descend into the bizarre and unsettling mysteries of the Denver International Airport, a place rumored to be a hub for shadowy organizations, underground bunkers, and perhaps even an alien collaboration. Get ready for an episode that's not so out of this world.
Oh,
And we'll be right back.
We're back, bitches.
yeah.
We are back, bitches. Now, the Roswell incident is one of the most famous alien and UFO cases in history, fueling conspiracy theories and government cover-ups for decades. The Roswell incident is kind of like what sparked and ignited modern Alien Day conspiracies. That's why we're starting with this. Before 1947, UFO sightings were very scattered and very, very rarely taken seriously. It's kind of like ground zero for alien conspiracies.
Yep.
I mean, this is what sparked it. So here's what we know about it. And I'm doing things a little bit differently with my notes. Usually I have these, what does Hannah call it? Wordsmithing
Justin
things. But I've been looking at this since I was a kid, so I kind of just did bullet points, kind of like what you do most of the time. It's not chaos. But here's what we know. The year is July 1947. Now, we're at the dawn of the Cold War, so we exited World War II, and now we're in yet another war. We're in the Cold War.
America.
And yeah, people are freaks. People are terrified of Russia, and there's already been strange reports of things flying in the sky, and of course, people immediately go, oh, it's Russian, it's Russian.
Of course.
The U.S. Army Air Force sent out a shocker of a press release announcing they discovered, in quotes, a flying disc from a ranch near Roswell. The initial discovery was made by W.W. Mack, in quotes, Brazel. He found the wreckage on his huge ranch in Lincoln County, New Mexico, approximately 75 miles outside of Roswell, actually. Not sure why. Roswell is the place where we connect this to. I mean, there's not much out there, so maybe Roswell was the more well-known city.
Like, this is a good landing spot.
And it's also a bit of a weird name, too,
Close to White Sands missile base? I don't know. I don't actually know anything
I get
about
into some of the local other bases that are around this area because they kind of play into it. Now, there have been reports of several flying discs and flying saucer stories that have already appeared in the press that summer. So there was already weird things in the sky around this area that people were reporting as discs and flying objects. Then, the crash happens. The debris descriptions. Reports describe it as lightweight metallic material, some pieces with unusual symbols, and very thin, almost foil-like sheets that would return to their normal shape when crumbled. So if you crumbled this weird, the stuff that's thin, it kind of looks like tinfoil, but if you would crumble it up, it would just go right back exactly to its exact shape.
It's like a pop-up tent.
Yeah, very strange.
Yeah.
But they didn't see any like wires or things piecing it together that would cause that. Now here's where the military involvement comes in. Brazel reports his finds to the Chavez County Sheriff, who alerted the nearby Roswell Army airfield. The next day, the Roswell Army airfield released a statement in writing that the many rumors regarding the flying disc became a reality yesterday when the intelligence office of the 509th Bomb Group of the 8th Air Force, that's a mouthful, Roswell Army Airfield was fortunate enough to gain possession of a disc through the cooperation of the local ranchers and sheriff's office of Chavez County. That is what they said.
Okay. So that's, yeah, I guess that's kind of hard to misconstrue.
Yeah, so the press...
we got a fucking thing here.
The press release comes out, but not just a thing. The press release comes out and says they recovered, in quotes, a flying disc. The next day, July 9th, 1947, the statement was abruptly redacted, and the U.S. military claimed it was actually a weather balloon from a classified project. The name of this project doesn't come out until years later. But they just said it was a classified project used for detecting Soviet nuclear missiles. They said it was a weather balloon.
They're full of shit.
I don't know how you misconstrued a disc from a weather balloon.
Maybe if it was flattened.
Perhaps.
Nah.
I don't know.
It's very strange right off the bat.
Yes.
I don't like it.
It's very strange right off the bat. Now, the press release that they released to the public appeared to show pictures of what standard weather balloon stuff looked like. A very stark, bizarre contrast to the materials described in the initial report and findings. So something's up.
Yeah.
They changed the verbiage,
Shady.
and they show pictures of something that is nothing like the original description at all.
Shady.
And we have eyewitnesses. Major Jesse Marshall, the intelligence officer who first examined the wreckage, later claimed it was not of this earth, and that the government covered up the truth. Some claim that alien bodies were recovered and taken to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio, though the government denies any of this.
I want to see the alien bodies.
Several military and civilian witnesses later came forward with deathbed confessions. That means they spoke and they were killed. The confessions that they saw...
What?
Yeah.
Backtrack a little. Like, they didn't live until 75 years old and then say, oh, by the way, I saw aliens.
They were killed.
Like whistleblowers assassinated kind of thing?
Yep.
Damn.
They said they saw and handled non-human remains. But the government claims that they were test dummies in this weather balloon.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
That's what they said the quote-unquote bodies found were.
Why would
a weather balloon need test dummy bodies?
Yeah.
If that's a good thing. If you play devil's advocate, maybe they wanted to put people up in this weather balloon. I don't know. Obviously, that's not a good idea if it's crashing.
I mean, I wouldn't think, but like.
But they're saying it's test dummies. What do you do? What do you do with that?
Why would a test
dead.
dummy need an autopsy? You know, like I don't know.
Right.
Why would you be cutting that open?
Now,
why would you be hauling that out in a body
book
bag?
came out kind of long after this incident happened. The record was described again by Jesse Marshall Jr., the son of the intelligence officer who made the initial press report at the time. According to Marshall Jr., the book, The Roswell Legacy, his father brought home some of the UFO wreckage. He brought it home, allowing his son to handle it and play with the fucking debris that he just took from this thing that he also probably thought was alien.
Hell yeah.
And the description in the book is as follows. I could see what looked like writing. At first, I thought of Egyptian hieroglyphics, but there were no animal outlines or figures. They weren't mathematical figures either. They were more like geometric symbols, squares, circles, triangles, pyramids, and things like that. That's how he described the writing. Why would that be on a weather balloon?
Yeah.
Who knows?
It doesn't make sense.
Why would
Shit
fucking
ain't adding
PlayStation
up.
symbols be engraved on a weather balloon in 1947?
Sorry, I just laughed right into my mic. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Now, this opens up a whole nother can of worms with something called Project Blue Book.
Ooh, I remember
Right.
hearing about this too.
In the 1950s, Project Blue Book investigated UFO sightings, but largely dismissed most of them. In 1994, the U.S. Air Force admitted that Roswell was not a weather balloon, but part of something called Project Mogul, a Cold War effort to detect Soviet nuclear tests. So they're going back and forth. They're like, all right, it's a weather balloon. Now, okay, it's not a weather balloon. It was some kind of device that we made, and we don't know what it is, even though we made it, to detect Soviet missiles during the Cold War.
It's a top secret thingy.
I don't understand. How did they think this shit was going to play out?
Yeah.
They just were like, yeah, we're just going to switch up.
And it wasn't until, so remember, this happened in 1947. It wasn't until 1997 where they conducted another report on the Roswell incident, and that's when they claimed the alien bodies were crash test dummies. Yeah, we're going to believe that how many years later, from 1947 to 1997, that all of a sudden now, even though you probably don't still have the things, are test dummies? Does that make any sense?
No, that's too flippy floppy for me.
That's stupid. And this is why people don't believe the story. They were wishy-washy.
Yeah.
They kept changing the story. They kept changing what the thing was. It just doesn't add up.
Yeah.
It doesn't add up.
It's
and
same as
the
it's
whole
always
thing of Roswell is what sparked now Area 51.
Yeah.
Because right around that time, right around there is where Area 51 is. And that's where people have seen a lot of weird shit.
Do you guys remember the raid on Area
I was just
51?
about to talk about it. I was literally just about to say, do you guys
Yes.
remember when all those people went in there?
People want to do the Naruto run right into Area 51.
You know
Good
what?
thing
They're
they did it
honestly
because you would have
lucky.
gotten shot
Yeah.
right on the spot.
Absolutely.
They're honestly so lucky that they didn't get killed doing
They
shit
can't
like
they
that.
can't snipe all of us.
They were like, let's get a case of Red Bulls and go fuck
They
shit
kind
up.
of can snipe all of us.
It depends how many of us there are.
But Area
though.
51
Can
is
we-
literally the most secretive military base in our country. Now, there is reports that there's other ones, and one in Ohio and other ones somewhere else, and there's another conspiracy theory that, Area 51 is not even the main base. There's another main one there, and they don't even use Area 51 anymore. But this is what brings it all together, because people thought they took all this stuff from Roswell, and that's what kind of
somewhere
started
else.
Area
Yeah.
51.
Do you ever wonder if the reason we don't really hear about that kind of shit anymore is because they exhausted all the alien technology? Like, we're too dumb to figure it all out, and it's just
Possible, I don't know.
It's just sitting stagnant under there, just leaking
leaking
into the water table. I don't
leaking
know.
what?
Who knows? Fucking alien shit. we're gonna have the color out of space.
What color is alien shit?
Magenta.
Ooh, okay, magenta. I like it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Now, the legacy of Roswell, of course, like we said, it sparked Area 51 conspiracies even more. But now Roswell has become the UFO capital of the world, and it has something that I know Jordan wants to go to.
Yeah,
the
we talked
UFO
about
Festival,
it. Yeah,
which
we
we've talked
talked
about
about
that
it, yeah.
before.
Mm-hmm.
Here's something else that's really interesting, and this might be something that no one knows that I heard on a documentary, and I just looked it up again recently to verify. Do you remember the first Independence movie with Will Smith?
Never seen it.
You never saw it?
Nope.
Is that the one Michael Clark Duncan is also in it? No, that's a different one.
That's the one where the
Jeff
freaking...
Goldblum is in it.
Yeah, I've seen like the trailer for it.
So,
I've never
I'm
seen
sure
it.
there's people. I'm sure there's people watching and listening that remember and know. I love the original Independence Day movie.
People
love
are
it.
better at 80s movies.
Obviously, we know the whole plot of Independence Day is that alien ships come to Earth, and they're huge, and they go over like the most major cities around the globe, and the world's freaking shit in their pants. And then the alien ships blast away all these cities, and now the world's like in debris and we have to fight back the aliens that have invisible shields and all this stuff, and they hide Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum hijack a alien ship and send it on up to the main mothership in space and give them a virus and give it also a nuclear bomb.
Right.
That's pretty much the whole gist. But then the movie they mention Area 51. They mention Roswell. They only mention it one time. Here's what happened. Did you know that the Pentagon has an entertainment media office?
You know, that doesn't surprise me at all. That's really funny.
Yeah. So, the curious thing about this movie Independence Day is that it came out during an election year for Bill Clinton and Bob Dole.
Oh my God.
The Pentagon had some involvement in the movie in 1996.
Please don't let the Pentagon come and fucking kill us next. Like,
At
you know
first, they rejected and refused the movie.
No way.
oh, damn.
Yes. Finally, the Pentagon provided some assistance by blacking out almost every single mention of Area 51 in that movie. That's why it's only mentioned once. The script was a lot longer and had more scenes that involved talking about Roswell, Area 51, and things like that. And the government said, no.
We don't want people thinking
like,
about this any
nay.
more than they gotta.
Can't do that. We're not
Isn't that
touching
wild?
Yeah.
So why?
It's like you can only say
it's a
fuck
movie.
once per.
It's not real. So maybe.
You're not wrong. That's literally the same thing.
You can only say fuck or Area 51 once per movie. Otherwise,
Rated
the man
R.
is coming for you.
Exactly. But isn't that interesting?
Yeah, no, that's
Why
super
would they do that?
interesting.
Which is, so something in there must have been accurate.
Right?
Because
Correct.
there have been plenty of other alien movies that have come out, plenty of other movies that have mentioned Area 51. I mean, there was literally, I think, a movie called Area 51 where these teenagers, like, sneak into Area 51 and find aliens and shit. It was like a lost footage
Naruto run right in there.
They do. The way they break through, they get around the heat. It's ridiculous, that movie. If you've ever watched it, it's ridiculous. It's a found footage movie. They run into Area 51 using suits filled with some kind of non-toxic gas to get around the heat thermal cameras.
Oh my God.
And that's how they get into, like they didn't think of that. But that movie didn't get restricted.
It was too
So
stupid.
something must have been
No one's gonna
in
see
that
this.
script for Independence Day.
Maybe they learned the first time with Independence Day. They were like, man, it really pisses off the crazy people.
Maybe.
If we...
Maybe that other movie was just too far. The government's like, that's fine.
Yep. They can
You're
have,
like, you guys are crazy. We're good on that one.
They can have this one. Nobody would ever possibly even think that this...
But I didn't even know that the Pentagon had a literally entertainment media department.
That's really funny.
It's crazy.
I'm not surprised.
No.
So what do you think? Was this a top secret government project and a cover-up? Was it an extraterrestrial crash? Or was it really just a fucking weather balloon? What do you guys
Not
think?
a weather balloon. Not possible.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
From Area 51 to the Men in Black to abductions, Roswell became literally ground zero for the belief that the government knows more than they are telling, and that we are definitely not alone.
There's no way we're the only fucking creatures in the galaxy.
No.
That's bullshit.
Absolutely not.
If you believe that, I question your intelligence. I'm sorry. That's wild. We are not the only planet that has life on it.
Yeah, no, it's impossible.
No.
Billions and
And,
billions of
yeah,
planets.
and
We're the only
no.
one. It's not possible. All right, well,
Wait.
we're going to take...
What if?
Okay, wait on the break.
If you have to pee, hold it.
Hannah is speaking. Let her speak.
Let her cook.
Speaking.
I don't know. I feel like the actual explanation here is that the government knows even less than they're telling. They know even less than they're telling. Everybody's extremely stupid, and it's all lies. And I feel like that's the secret. The secret is we're morons, and that's it.
I feel like the aliens are watching us under a telescope, and they're like, "This is like we have to mush this."
Yeah,
this
we
whole-
bow out.
Yeah.
We bow out. It's
We don't even want to go there.
they've fucked it up.
They've looked at some recent things. They're like, oh, we're staying away from that planet.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, on that note, let's take a quick break, and when we get back, Jordan is going to walk us through the incredible, strange Valiant Thor. What an awesome name.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm
I thought it was bullshit when I heard it, though. I was like, what the fuck?
Stay tuned. And we are back. Jordan, why don't you tell us who the hell Valiant Thor is?
Okay, I heard about this on a conspiracy theory, because, you know, I'm nuts. And just sit at work and listen to podcasts all day. And I was getting sick of the same old bullshit. And I've never heard of it before. And I thought it was pretty damn cool. And I'm pretty sure I texted you guys immediately after the episode.
Yes. That's what sparked this whole episode.
Okay, so the name Valiant Thor has captivated the imaginations of ufologists. Is that how you say that word?
Yeah, I would say ufologist.
I don't want to pronounce it wrong and have the haters come at me, but whatever.
Okay.
And alien enthusiasts since the late 1950s. According to the tale, Valiant Thor was a humanoid extraterrestrial from the planet Venus who arrived on Earth with a mission to share advanced technology, promote messages of peace, love, and unity, and help humanity avoid self-destruction. Also, he set out to avoid the use of like nuclear weapons in general, claiming that it would cause a catastrophic thing to happen and we would all die.
I mean, it would if any one of those sets off.
Yeah.
It's going to start a chain reaction of other ones.
Yeah.
We stand Valiant Thor.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, we do.
We stand a legend.
Valiant Thor for Prez.
So the only sketchy thing about this whole story is that the primary and only source of like all the information basically is from a book published in 1967 called Stranger at the Pentagon by Frank E. Stranges.
That's the name of the book. Okay.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say Frank Herbert, and I was going to be like, not the Dune guy.
Not the Dune guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, continue.
So the author Frank was a Christian, well, I don't know if I think he's dead, was a Christian and evangelical minister, ufologist, author, and founder of the National Investigations Committee on Unidentified Flying Objects.
Jeez.
Yeah, because like when we get through the story, eventually Valiant Thor leaves Earth. Sorry, it sounds really crazy. And but he like will like randomly, according to Stranges, he'll like pop up and be like, "Yo, how's it going?" And then like Stranges goes on like these little tours and like we'll talk to people about UFOs and everything and trying to get people to listen to like what he heard in the Pentagon. So it gets pretty out there, but I completely believe it.
Cool.
So that's all that matters to me.
I know the name from something else. I'm sure you're going to mention it.
Nope, I don't, because I don't know anything about American Horror Story.
The latest season of American Horror Story, not the latest, the one that was split into 2 seasons, Red Tide, the second part of that season, which was not connected to the first half at all, was around aliens, UFOs, things like that, and they brought in Valiant Thor.
That's
and
funny.
So they had a whole series of things on Valiant Thor living in the Pentagon and
we're
fucking the president's wife. And,
Oh no!
Oh yeah!
Well,
Oh,
we are not going to talk about that.
It got crazy.
I think we should talk
And he had like these weird glowing eyes. Like it was, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it got a bit nuts.
How much did they show? I want to know.
When she came to climax, I'm pretty sure her eyes glued too.
Whoa. Scandalous.
You said that so much more politely than I would have said that. And I appreciate
Moving on. Starting at the beginning, according to the source, Valiant Thor, who, as we know now, is an alien from Venus, is described as an oddly human, and beautiful man.
Yes.
And that's the I want blue people. I want
Hannah's in love already. She's in love already.
Well, apparently, if you Google it, you can find pictures. We don't know if they're true, but apparently you can find pictures.
I'm gonna Google it. I have to Google it right now.
You might find the Valiant Thor from American Horror Story.
Yeah, you have to look for the old school 50s.
You're gonna find him attractive too.
Yeah.
Is it Evan Peters?
No, he's like the Satan guy from that one Coven.
Yes, he's
I don't know.
Evan Peters. Well, the character Evan Peters' son, who's like the devil.
The devil, yeah, that's his name.
There he is.
You have to look for the black.
Is this the guy?
Yeah, that's the guy from American
I
Horror
think he
Story.
looks weird.
Oh, really?
Damn it.
That's not the real guy.
No,
though.
but maybe the original Valiant Thor.
The original guy also looks kind of weird. Is this the original guy?
Yeah, that's who they claim.
He doesn't look
I think
necessarily handsome.
I think they look similar. He looks. He's handsome in that kind of.
I'm just
50s way
disappointed
where
that
he
he's
looks
not
a baby.
green and has red eyes or kind of spooky looking. I want an alien.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah. But anyway,
Damn.
he's apparently this beautiful man who was 6 foot tall and he was wearing luminescent coveralls.
Okay.
We'll get into the coveralls later. Hot, sexy.
Love a man in a boiler suit.
And he landed in his spacecraft named Victory 1. I love the names and they talk about their hierarchy later on.
That's cool.
And it's really, really funny. Like Victory 1, near the town of Alexandria in Virginia.
All right, I have friends who live in Alexandria, Virginia, so shout out to Drew and Danny and your son Ford. Woo! I know they're listening.
Okay, so one version of the story states that he and 2 others that he was traveling with were met by 2 policemen who then escorted him to the Pentagon. Another says that he politely just got off his motherfucking ship and was like, take me to your leader. I need to speak to President.
Take me to your leader.
I need to speak to President Eisenhower. But
because they just be like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, but he apparently, when he talked to the officers, didn't say it out loud. He spoke to them telepathically.
Kick ass.
Whoa. Okay.
Not at all unsettling.
Yeah. Sorry, I have to throw my paper. So his purpose was to offer advanced technological knowledge to promote peace, like I said before, and a higher level of spiritual enlightenment, and to warn against the dangers of nuclear weapons, poverty, and environmental destruction. Obviously, they wanted proof. They weren't just like, oh, yeah, here's this guy in weird-ass coveralls. Let's take him to our leader. So they grilled him, basically. They grilled the shit out of him.
I assume so.
Yeah. So Frank Stranges claimed to have direct contact with the visitor from the other planet and communicated with him absurdly a lot. In the book, Valiant Thor, claimed his race, which is so funny. It says he was sent by the High Council. Mm-hmm. How cliche. I'm just like, okay, do you have Yoda there too? Whatever. They apparently have been monitoring Earth for hundreds of years and had become increasingly concerned with the state of the planet, hence why they sent Valiant Thor.
And probably because now
fix
we've
it.
been through 2 world wars, a Cold War, and
they're like, they need help.
The world is a nuclear powder keg.
So he said to have brought messages of hope, urging people to work together for the common good. He advocated for the move to clean energy sources and is supposedly have to brought advantages in medicine, transportation, and energy production that were centuries ahead of the 1950s sciences.
And we didn't listen. So, more specifically, Frank Stranges wrote about Thor's composite energy device, which has a zero carbon source producing electricity, and a replicator, which was said to be able to precisely replicate any material without the need for extraction or mining, all that other shit. Now, this may seem like some bullshit. Right.
Obviously, people that are listening are like, Jordan, shut the hell up. But let's look at some more information about this alien encounter. They gave him, the Pentagon and his High Council, gave him 3 years until 1960 to complete his mission on saving Earth. There's a timeline. We clearly missed it.
I was going to say, I think he failed.
Yeah. He did. He's like, deuces, I'm out. I tried, bye.
God damn it, Thor.
Most popular story is that Thor lived in the basement of the Pentagon for 3 years and had regular meetings with the president, the vice president, Richard Nixon, and senior members of armed forces. If you care to listen to a podcast, Parcast has an episode where they literally name drop names. They know people in the Pentagon that apparently have sourced and said, yeah, I talked to Valiant Thor. So yeah, if you really want, it's a 2-part episode. They get really into it. We don't have time for that shit here. I'm just giving you the brief overview. Because I could talk about this all night. So Stranges claimed he was held in the Pentagon, but could teleport to his ship and go places freely. Reports also mentioned that he met with a number of scientists and religious leaders appearing in the United Nations, which I thought was wild. And people saw him in New York City and shit like that.
Wow.
He even attended a church in Alexandria where he preached messages of love and peace. there's a name, I want to say it's Nancy church? Warren or something like that, where she came up to Stranges and was like, oh my gosh, this, that, and the third about this guy. And it gets really, really detailed where she was like, he's real. This is real. We need to save Earth. She got really into it. And I'm like, wow. Is this a cult? Do we have to worry? But yeah.
I'll join that cult.
Same.
It's fine.
I want to find the church next time I'm in Alexandria.
Take photos.
You have to look it up. I don't know exactly what church, but you can look into it. They probably say the church on the Parcast episode.
Probably.
Google, help.
There's also said to be one or more audio recordings of as well, and photographs like we talked about. But there's no concrete evidence that it's true.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
it could be just a guy standing there looking, and you don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of how all these conspiracies are. It's not fully concrete, and some speculation involved.
Everything's fuzzy.
But with some conspiracies, with some speculation, there's always some truth.
Yeah, that's true. So they believe that the photos are forgeries, and they a man was being misrepresented as an extraterrestrial.
He just looked
Venus.
like a guy.
Yeah.
I looked him up. He just looked like a guy.
Like
he
an
just
average
looks
guy.
like a regular guy from the 50s. Like,
I was not impressed.
To date, there's no good solid proof that Valiant Thor existed or had interactions with anyone at any level in the U.S. government or anywhere else, which makes it the perfect paranormal conspiracy theory ever.
Yes.
You can't prove nothing.
Yeah, but I love the story.
Yeah,
despite lack of physical evidence, Valiant Thor from Venus has become an iconic figure within many UFO enthusiast communities. Like, they still are talking about this guy. Like, let's all gather around. Let's start our meeting and talk about Valiant Thor.
Our Lord and Savior.
So supporters of the story argue that the secrecy of the government, obviously just like how we just talked about it, they think that it's mysterious. These visits happen. We have some sort of proof, even though it's not really good proof. But yeah, something definitely happened. Skeptics, however, dismiss the tale as nothing more than bullshit. Whatever.
As they
the
will.
lack of concrete proof, such as photographs or official documents, fuels ongoing debate about the authenticity of Frank Strange's claims. While doing research, I did find that people did back up Strange's story. One of them being Laura Eisenhower, the great-granddaughter of the former president, and also Canada's former Minister of National Defense, Paul Hellyer, I think that's how you say his last name. I had to look him up because I was what time frame is this guy? Because I don't know who he is.
You're not Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only
one I know.
Yeah.
That's the only one I know.
So after the 3 years was up, he teleported back to his ship and headed off the planet like nothing. He was just like, deuces, I did my thing. But that doesn't mean he never came back.
Oh.
Val and Strange is apparently kept in contact, according to in the book and the sources that I read. He came back, he popped up in the back of his car and was like, hey bro, we gotta do a secret mission, bro. There's some really crazy shit that apparently Strange said. And then there was people after him, and they were Valiant Thor was telling him hey, watch your back, these people are after you, they want to do this, they want to do that. So it gets really technical, but whatever. If you believe it, you believe it. If you don't, you don't.
That's it.
But I do have a side note about Venus because
I love it. Of course you do. I even see the degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
I love it.
So Venus is somewhere between 25 and 161 million miles from Earth, depending on the orbital cycle, and it is absolutely and entirely inhospitable. The mean temperature is 460 degrees Celsius, approximately 900 degrees Fahrenheit, and has the densest atmosphere of all the planets in the solar system. The atmosphere is made of mostly carbon dioxide, and the entire planet is covered in thick cloud-like sulfuric acid and shit. You can't fucking live there. Does this sound like a place that a person could live?
Yeah,
it's mostly carbon dioxide, but yet they had non-carbon dioxide producing machines and things like that.
And he came here and was able to breathe and not explode or have any weird.
Okay, what if there are aliens out there who breathe something different than O2?
Yeah.
They could breathe. Maybe they breathe carbon dioxide. Who knows?
Maybe I don't know. I always feel like aliens probably see in different light spectrums.
That'd be cool.
On
yeah.
Whichever star they evolved around. I feel like that's an alien thing though. Or Predator. Predator, is that the one where he sees with the info?
Heat vision.
He's a crab man.
Yeah. Definitely sketchy that it came from Venus. But the cool thing is that I heard on a podcast that they did studies on his coveralls.
Okay.
Ooh,
So this was a full
suit.
outfit with the boots attached.
Okay.
If you imagine any sort of corny 1940s old movie, that's probably what his coveralls look like. But apparently, they found them to be only 6 ounces, which is the same weight as a double XL T-shirt.
The whole suit. Is only 6
With the boots?
With the boots. And they tried to test it. They used I don't know, some crazy ass like diamond saw and like acids, and they tried to tear it and it wouldn't rip.
Interesting.
It's made of the same shit that they made the Roswell
Yeah,
craft out of.
maybe.
Roswell.
And so basically they couldn't destroy it.
Yeah. Do they still, like, did they have... Who has the fucking thing? Did he have the fucking thing? Did he give it over to him? Is it held
he
somewhere?
apparently went willing, like, the story goes that he was like, you gotta take me to the Pentagon, or you gotta take me to the White House.
Do some science on
yeah,
me.
he was free, like, ready to prove that he was a fucking alien, and they just did the thing, and they listened to him and whatever, and that's how the story goes. Like,
I feel like if an alien tried that today, they would be shot on sight.
yeah.
Probably.
And it's crazy because, like, Eisenhower, if you listen to a lot of UFO things, he was, I feel like, a secret, like, ufologist. Like, he loved learning about UFOs.
into it.
Like, if you look up some of his stuff, it's always President Eisenhower. He's probably the one that's like, yeah, we're absolutely gonna fucking search for aliens. God damn it, we are. And, like, then Nixon comes in the storyline, and he's just kind of like, are you real? Are you really here? Like, are you trying to really help us? But then, like, nobody believes Nixon. So it's like, it's kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
But I heard about this, and I was like, we gotta talk about this shit. Because it's pretty
really
weird.
Cool. I didn't know the full story of Valiant Thor. I just remember the name from American Horror Story and what happened in there, and that was awesome.
Yep, Homeboy wanted us to not use nuclear weapons, and here we are.
And he fucks.
And he fucks. and he wanted us to, clean up our Earth and stuff, which also we did not listen to.
Well, now that we have all the cuts on stuff, and
This Halloween, are you going as Valiant Thor?
Fuck yeah, I am. I'm gonna make
boots and all.
I'm gonna make my own outfit.
Oh my god, you should definitely do it. Except you can't go to Joann Fabrics though, because they're closing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Everything's closing. We lost Party City.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
I went to Party City one fucking time, and it was to throw my friend Sam a Nacho Libre theme.
Not Nacho Libre, I'm dead.
It was a great party.
So out of pocket.
I'm so sorry.
On that note, let's take a quick break. When we get back, Hannah, you're up.
Oh no. Okay.
And we are back. Hannah, take it away.
Okay. Neither of you guys had ever heard of
I was ready to be like, I'm a librarian. Mummy.
I wish. Oh my god. Was that movie like a bisexual awakening for anybody else?
Yes, everyone.
Yeah, everybody.
Everyone.
It's the bisexual movie.
It's the bisexual movie.
I was like, oh no, who am I hornier for? But let's go back to the Denver airport. We're back on track.
See, I never knew the Denver airport was tied to anything UFO, alien, so I'm really intrigued.
See, I've never been. Let me actually start at the beginning of what I wrote, because unless my life changes rapidly in the next couple of years in the sudden influx of money and travel kind of way, rather than the sudden influx of oligarchy and fascism kind of way, I will probably not be able to gauge what is a normal airport. I remember...
I'm wheezing. I'm wheezing right now.
I think, like, CJ's sister lives out in Seattle, and I think I remember the SeaTac one being nice, but I'm not sure if it was because it was an arguably newer West Coast airport, or if it was just, like, traveling in my early 20s and feeling if there was hope for the future. This is, of course... Should I stop?
No, this is a fantastic opening and segue.
I love this.
To the Denver airport.
This is, of course, opposed to the Philly and Newark airports, which feels like everything has been marinating in cigarette water since, like, 1975.
Correct.
Philly sucks.
It's fucking
Philly airport.
I hate
Newark
Newark.
is worse.
I like Philly.
Philly's awful.
I don't like Philly.
Newark is awful.
I
like
love
Philly.
Newark better than Philly. They're nicer there. Philly, they're fucking mean. I know you guys don't want to work. I don't want to work either. But don't fucking take my laptop out of my hand and throw it.
Oh, no.
Twice
Yeah,
that
don't
has
do that.
happened to me. Twice that has happened to me at Philly. If Philadelphia Airport listens to my podcast, do better. Do better.
And Philly's just like, they don't like us. We don't care.
It's a Philly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the attitude, I appreciate it, but I do not enjoy being on the receiving end of it. But either way, airports are fucking wild. They're these transitional spaces full of stressed out, unfocused people, and that gives them this like weird liminal quality. I have never been to Colorado in general or Denver specifically, much less to visit the Denver International Airport, but for whatever fucking reason, Instagram keeps sending me ads for like a Denver airport shirt with the weird blue horse statue on it.
Not the blue horse statue. I heard about that.
And this is before the research for Denver Airport.
Yeah, you want to fucking see the thing? It gave it to me again. I took a screenshot because I was like,
look at this
who the fuck keeps doing this? Literally, Denver Airport.
What?
That's so funny.
I mean, it looks a little creepy. Like, it's got red eyes and
that's what
waiting
it looks
underneath.
like. That's what it looks like.
Like runes on the bottom and the red eyes. I don't know. I don't know what this
Hobbit
is.
font. It literally looks.
You follow that account?
Good shirts? I guess. I don't know. Good shirts. What is your advertising doing? I want to know. What's your algorithm?
Is Valiant Thor involved?
Yes, we need to know. I gotta know.
That's the real tea about Denver International Airport. But so I'm advertised this, and the only reason that I know what this is because I read like a crack.com article about this like 15 years ago. And I was like, that's the fucking blue Denver airport horse. Airport horse. I just
fucking cackled at that.
Airport. We're going to the airport, you guys.
I listened to it on the Conspiracy Theories podcast. They have an episode on it if anybody's curious.
So Jordan knows about the blue horse.
Yes, I do.
Well, let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
Since its construction in 1995, the Denver... Yep, right? That's within our lifetimes. Yeah. I think it might be the newest airport in the United States.
We are older than the airport.
We are. But I also don't quote me on that because I'm probably
I'm
wrong.
a year older than the airport.
There you go.
1 year older.
God damn. But since its construction, the Denver International Airport has been plagued with weirdness. To start with, the dedication capstone of the DIA, which I will be, just for brevity, the DIA, the first listed contributor to the complex is not the city of Denver or the state of Colorado, but the New World Airport Commission. That might be a thing.
Didn't know what that is.
Right? Like, you wouldn't know. Why would anybody think about it? Except... this is a commission that does not exist. There's no record of it anywhere. And it could be explained that this was something formed solely for the creation of the airport, but if that were the case, it would probably at least be mentioned in documentation, but it isn't. It's not mentioned anywhere.
Right,
no mention whatsoever.
That's weird.
Secondly, the project was supposed to be completed in 1993, taking 2 full years and an extra $3 million to finish the airport.
Extra $3 million? How does your budget go off by $3 million? I mean, obviously this was budgeted out to, pay for everything. How do you misbudget $3 million worth of material? And labor.
Yeah, somebody fucked something up. But on paper, this was due to multiple design changes and contract disputes, which would take up time in any construction. However, conspiracy theorists believe that this was an obvious smokescreen to disguise the secret scope of the project. While the original statement is that there are 6 underground levels beneath the DIA, it is theorized that there is far more, and that's what they think that the money went to, just more of it. The official statement is that there is a complex of tunnels extending 2 miles around the airport, which is for a transit system and the remains of a failed baggage transport system. However, the theory is that there's more. That there's more than 2 miles of tunnels. Where do they extend? We're not sure, but there's something. It's theorized that it's just a crazy number of miles. Personally, I think that this is just a sign of typically unwise and wasteful construction, but conspiracy theorists have come up with 2 main explanations that are not only more interesting, but also less depressing, depending on how you feel. First conspiracy explanation is that there is a secret society made up of Satanists, billionaires, or Satanist billionaires building bunkers to shelter the elite against the end of the world. The second explanation is that it's not the Satanist billionaires, but it is aliens.
Wait, you gotta do it.
aliens.
There you go.
That
It's
guy.
all capitals.
It is. It is in capitals. I capitalized it all in my notes. That's what we're talking about.
And I'm talking about that guy from History Channel.
Yeah, Giorgio Tsoukalos. I don't know what his name is.
Best meme ever.
He the meme endures.
Yes.
Aliens with or without U.S. government aliens with or without U.S. government assistance, which are living or working out of the secret tunnels and levels of the DIA for unknown but certainly sinister purposes.
Valiant Thor.
Valiant Thor.
Thor.
He wasn't up to weird shit. He was trying to save us from
actually doing good
ourselves.
stuff, yeah.
So
Unless he went like corrupt mode and was like, you know what, fuck these people.
They didn't listen,
Now I'm
so
gonna go
fuck
down
them.
here and just start fucking shit up.
we're hiding out in the Denver airport.
Yeah.
Gonna
I love how there were, design disputes and construction disputes between a agency that doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's all very fishy.
So interesting.
I'm going to start briefly with some of the other theories, and I'm going to leave the aliens for last because that's the point. This is
Sure.
what we're here to talk about. Let me start making a note that the DIA is a municipal installation, and there is apparently a law that states that 1% of the budget for a municipal installation goes to some art to jazz up the place. So
Okay.
we're putting back into the arts. It's the responsibility of the government.
Sure,
to
the
support
airport's
arts,
sad
et
enough.
cetera,
You got to
et cetera.
have something to.
Yeah, you gotta have something to
Spice it up.
stare at while you're
Yeah.
eating your, I don't know.
Or
your fucking-
waiting in line for 3 hours.
just
Some
despair.
fucked up art. Their art
Yeah.
in that place was weird.
See, but I don't know. I never looked. I'm gonna look it up. Keep
Oh,
going.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
look it up.
take a
yeah,
look.
look up pictures of it. It's fucking weird. And it's a huge fucking thing on the wall. It's
Yes.
crazy. Well, one of them. There's multiple.
There's actually a lot of art
Yeah.
at the Denver International Airport. I read a whole article specifically on the art, and I thought that some of it was really cool and interesting, especially the gargoyles, because I got a fucking thing about gargoyles. But I feel like at least some of the conspiracy theory stuff is just explained by people not fucking getting art. That's what I feel like that really is. People just don't get art.
Some of it's
Okay.
like, I don't understand why they have like military, I'm killing
looking at
kids
this
or
one,
something,
and
like
it's
some
like
weird shit.
An old. It looks a little Nazi-esque.
And his
gas
face
mask.
is fucked.
It's like his
are you
face
looking
is
at?
a gas
What is it?
mask.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
Holding a
there's
machine
that.
gun.
He's got like a scimitar.
and a sword, which obviously is
It's like,
not
oh
American.
yeah, here you go. Let's put you on a plane, but before you go on the plane, let's look at this crazy ass gas mask, like freaking military man on the wall. Like it's fucking weird.
It may or may not be in poor taste, but I don't know. Artists be weird. I'd be doing some
Do we
weird
know
art.
who did all the art?
It's all by different people.
Okay.
The ones that we're going to talk about, I have the guy's name down. But
Some of it is okay.
Yeah.
There's like construction guys.
There's, like, normal shit.
This one's nice, they're
Yeah.
construction guys, but then some of it is just.
Where's the one with the kids? There's like a weird one with kids, isn't
Yeah,
there?
there's a couple of
Yeah,
them.
and like some of them are crying or something.
yeah.
Crying over a dead leopard.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go. That's
Yeah.
the weird
What?
one.
Oh, and
So-
there's a centaur in the background.
Yes.
Oh my god,
Look,
it
It's
gets weirder.
weird
look,
art.
here it is.
It's weird art.
Yeah, there's some weird shit.
It's
some
very weird art.
Looking shit.
Well, I like, as someone who likes a lot of weird art, I don't think that any of this is inherently too weird for art. Even if it may be weird, like generally for public consumption.
I just think it's something you would see in a museum, not an airport.
that may be,
And
may or may
it
not
would
be
make
true.
more sense for me to go to the museum, look at some fucked up shit and weird shit, be able to psychoanalyze it, not, okay, let me analyze the fuck out of this before I get on an airplane.
Now we're
Like, you know
unsettled.
what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, the one I was just looking at, there's like buildings on fire in the background. That's what you want to see
so,
before you get on an
yeah,
airplane.
like, it's like they put
explosions
trauma.
and fire.
Just,
Traumatize me before I get on an airplane.
I can't make a 9/11 joke.
No, save it for when we stop recording.
Yeah. Okay, I'm stopping. But the reason
I
that
can't
they
make a
say
9/11 joke, you fucking crack. Oh my god.
I'm back and I'm as obnoxious as
Just so
ever.
you all know, she actually is a little reserved for the podcast.
Me? Yes.
Yeah.
We're pulling punches today.
Yes.
See, I didn't even talk about the alien wieners, you guys.
Oh, Oh, let's get ready. Okay, come on, let's go.
Well, this isn't Alien Wieners, but we talked about Valiant Thor doing the dirty with the president's wife, and I was gonna be like, "Yo, Alien Wieners," but no, I was like, "We'll pull punches for the podcast." Except
I was thinking,
brought it up.
my mind
now.
immediately goes to like The Shape of Water and like
Yes,
how they like try to like hint on how they boom in that, and I'm like,
and she just
yeah, she's like a mute, so she has to like explain how his weenie works, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my God. Okay, all right.
Why am I talking? Wait. On Wednesday night, I was at bar trivia.
It's Anna's
and they were
fault.
talking about I derailed it. I derailed the podcast. But we
Per
were at
usual.
bar trivia, and we were also talking about The Shape of Water. It was
I
like
love
me and
that
CJ
movie.
and a fucking me too. I
a
love
good
The Shape
movie.
of Water. Guillermo del Toro, call me.
He knows what he's doing.
He does. Fishman was great.
Bar trivia.
Bar
was there a
trivia.
question about Shape of Water?
Yes, there was. They were like, "Oh, who directed?" I was like,
I love
I
how
know.
Justin redirects you.
Okay, let's get back
Sorry,
to the
that's
Denver
my
airport.
fault.
No, it's fine.
I really went on a tangent as soon as I heard Alien Weenies.
Listen,
It was me.
Listen,
It was
every
me. It's my
podcast
fault.
has tangents, and I think ours are probably the top best.
Ours are really weird.
They get a little weird.
I
And everyone who's listening or watching is on this weird journey with us.
Yes, they are.
And Hannah's
Thank
fault.
you.
But
It's my
Hannah-
fault. I'm
Hannah-
sorry.
Hannah's the
back
comedy.
I'm
let's,
sorry.
Let's travel back
Sorry,
to Denver
Dad.
Airport.
Right, yes.
Sorry, Dad.
We're going to talk about the art in the Denver airport.
Let's do it.
Because the conspiracy theorists say it is so weird because there are clues in the art about the true nature of the sinister Denver airport, which is very national treasure. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
No matter what particular flavor of conspiracy they go for, folks who believe in that, they think that there are clues hidden in the art that adorns this massive and very confusing airport.
Where's Nicolas Cage?
Not here. Before I get into the actual conspiracy art, I'm going to do like a quick sidebar about Blucifer.
Lucifer.
That is such a good name.
Blucifer is the blue horse.
Yes.
The
That is
official
funny.
name, yes.
I love that.
It's the fans have spoken. He's called Blucifer. The official name of the 32-foot high, bright blue, red-eyed, fiberglass rearing horse sculpture is Mustang. But it is referred to most commonly as Blucifer because it is so fucking unsettling
Mustang
to
is
look
so
at.
generic. Lucifer's so much
Right?
better. He has red eyes, of course.
Yeah. Despite representing allegedly the wild and untamed spirit of the Mustang, Blucifer is said to have really bad vibes. Although it was designed and begun by artist Luis Jimenez, during fabrication, a piece of the sculpture broke off and fell on him. Unfortunately, it crushed his leg, severed an artery, and killed him.
Holy shit.
And the sculpture had to be finished by his sons.
That's a hell of a piece.
So now
It's-
they're like, we're giving it red eyes. It's demonic.
It is definitely scary and cursed, but Blucifer is the most iconic and well-known landmark of the Denver International Airport. But I because it's so iconic, I could not talk
And it was
about
on the
it.
shirt
So
that they keep trying to buy.
Yeah,
so.
they keep trying to sell me a Blucifer shirt.
Lucifer shirt.
Maybe I'll buy it. The algorithm's working. But okay, the two pieces of art that are most integral to the conspiracy, it consists of these two murals by Leo Tanguma entitled In Peace and Harmony with Nature and The Children of the World Dream Peace. These are arguably the two, most important pieces of art. And I'm going to try and explain this as simply as I can because it's hard to translate.
Yeah, you'll just have to look up the pieces of art.
Yeah,
look at
or
it yourself, 'cause-
can you put them on the screen? Like flash them in?
Oh, yeah, I can do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Just put them there.
Just quick. 1, 2.
Yeah, bam. These two pieces of art are two separate, like wall-sized murals, each divided into two parts, which are opposites. The first has a theme of environmental destruction versus environmental preservation. So it's like, this is what happens if we destroy the world with pollution and war versus this is what happens if we, protect the environment.
Gotcha.
So you've got the pollution and war side with the Nazi and the gas mask and like the swords and the dead leopard and all the really weird, unsettling shit versus the other side where it's like a bunch of, I don't know, like it's like happy multicultural children with a children's book kind of style, and the other side is just very viscerally disturbing with like fire and dead kids and
Yes.
the same kids, but
Yes.
they're all dead and on fire. The artists, and they're both this way. It's a peace and war versus like an environmental destruction versus.
Yeah, I get what he's doing.
Yeah.
But they're still weird.
Yeah, they freak people out.
It's just
People
a
don't
weird
like 'em.
location.
Yeah.
And it just makes your mind go to a weird spot where you're like, why? Which is why
yeah.
it's a conspiracy theory.
The artist had initially intended these as sort of a cautionary tale, but conspiracy theorists believe that they're not just trying to caution, but they are predicting this apocalyptic scenario and then the eventual rise of this utopian civilization.
The real artist was Valiant Thor.
Oh, shit. Yeah, there you go.
Stop it. Justin's mind's
conspiracy
going.
confirmed.
Justin is ready for
We're
conspiracy
going.
theories.
And that's the theory, that the elite are going to survive the general destruction and survive to build utopia. Basically, the extra time, the expense, and the weird art is why people think that...
Survive utopia in the bunkers underneath the Denver airport.
Yeah, that's what they say the bunkers are for. It's for the elite
goes even further.
Satanists.
It goes
Yep.
deep.
Yeah,
It's all connected.
That's what it is.
Just
is
like
it
the tunnels
aliens?
underneath the Denver airport.
The bunkers are there. You just gotta look at the paper trail.
Oh my god.
It's not just an airport, you guys. It's even worse than an airport.
I mean, we got Lucifer. That's.
Lucifer, I love that.
How did aliens play into this?
Well, I mean, some people think that it's Freemasons, or some people think it's Nazis, but like it could also be supernatural.
Okay.
Visitors and conspiracy theorists are quick to point out strange symbols in the art of the DIA, believing it to be a non-human language. Which I did not do a lot of research on this. I kind of expected there to be like maybe an inset diagram somewhere, but I couldn't find any examples of it. And then reading a little further in the article, it was like, oh, they thought it was alien shit, but it was actually the Navajo language.
Oh no.
And I'm like, I'm just even more disappointed than I thought
Pause
I
for
would be.
disappointment.
She wrote pause for disappointment.
Let's all look at the camera disappointedly.
Okay.
Okay.
There's the cover image.
I was really like,
Although I did look up, because I wanted to see what the Navajo written language would look like. I know there were like Navajo code breakers in World War II, and I know that Dinu Bizat is, the name of the language. I just hit the mic. And that it's still spoken and taught, and it's a living,
cool.
evolving thing.
Good.
Which is excellent.
Yeah. Preserve the culture.
Yes. Although I did look up to see if there was maybe an example of it written somewhere, and it's essentially it's written with English letters because it's predominantly a spoken word language. But it just looks like normal words with like extra apostrophes and extra vowels.
In the beginning, it sounded like people thought they were like symbols and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm like, if you guys think that just like 2 H's in a word makes it alien language, you're dumb as shit.
yeah, I'm envisioning, the PlayStation symbols, stuff like that were on
the hieroglyphics.
Crash in Roswell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like I couldn't find any examples of anything, and I'm like, you guys, are you really just saying shit? Like this is super normal. I don't know. But some people believe that it's aliens, and other people think that it's lizard people.
Ah, okay.
I love the lizard people talk.
Yeah, some people
It's
think that the
interesting.
lizard
Maybe
people
we got to
are
have an
aliens.
episode about the lizard people.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Because there's a lot.
That's something.
Always. But they believe that the lizard people are the initial inhabitants of Earth, and they're just like biding their time under the Denver airport, waiting for humanity to fuck it all up so they can move back to their
If only they listen to Valiant Thor.
lizard
Yep.
lives.
Should have listened to Valiant Thor.
I can't find in particular why people have decided on lizard people of all things. It just is what it is. But the DIA has really enjoyed these rumors, even releasing some phony notices around to say, please be patient with the construction because we're working on the lizard people's homes.
That's funny. I love that.
Because we have an episode about embracing the paranormal and the weird stuff.
Yep.
And they did. That's
They
great.
did. I also wrote that
They
down.
should also change the name of the horse to Lucifer.
They should. It should be official. But we like when they lean into it. Some people have also theorized that the lizard people are not lizard people, that they are aliens. They believe that aliens live beneath the DIA. They believe that the extended levels, extra hangars, and tunnel system are perfect for the aliens to use as a home and a military installation. The DIA is sometimes also referred to as Area 52 due to its being out in the middle of the desert and how convenient it seems to be as a place to hide military things. Flying things, military things, and alien shit. And I guess in addition to the alien language and not believing in lizard people or alien people being more believable than lizards, I don't know. But they claim that the tunnels nearby actually also extend hundreds and hundreds of miles to military installations, which the article said that they were close by. And I was like, oh yeah, that's like a couple of miles, maybe like 10 miles tops. You could feasibly build a 10-mile tunnel. I don't think that's too weird. But like, it's not a couple of miles. It's like 100 miles.
Oh.
The Colorado Springs Air Force Base is 80 miles away, and NORAD is 100 miles away, and I don't consider that to be close by.
No, that's not very close by.
I think that's bullshit, you guys. I'm calling bullshit.
That's a bit more than $3 million to build those tunnels and dig those out. And a much larger construction area.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how I enjoy that they leaned into it.
Yeah.
I enjoy the weird art, and I just think the whole thing's fun. But I don't think it's fucking plausible, and I think this is just a very uniquely American story of people not getting art, not knowing shit about the Navajo language, and being really bad at planning public infrastructure. All of these things kind of suck, so we have aliens and lizard people to make us less fucking sad about it. And that's the only thing. That's the rest of it. That's all I wrote. It's just clown
I loved
shoes.
it. This literally made my day.
I like aliens.
The amount of laughter from your section just made my day. Think about the lizard people. Go look up the artwork, and we'll be right back.
If you're loving the Ghost Encounters podcast, be sure to hit subscribe and drop us a 5-star rating. Stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Ghost Encounters PA. For haunted merch, head over to ghost-encounters.com and check out the spooky shop for all our exclusive items. Want to unlock the full Ghost Encounters experience? Become a spooky VIP on Patreon. With your membership, you'll get ad-free episodes, early access, discounts on exclusive merch, and bonus content that brings you closer to the mysteries and the macabre that we explore. Ready to join our haunted community and jump into the shadows? Visit patreon.com/Ghost Encounters Podcast and take your place among the VIPs of the paranormal.
Here's a hauntingly good drink to pair while you listen to Ghost Encounters podcast. It's mead from Colony Meadery, right here in the Lehigh Valley. Mead is alcohol made from honey, and Colony Meadery crafts one-of-a-kind meads from bold and flavorful to award-winning classics. Whether you like sweet, tart, zesty, or refreshing, they have a flavor to match anyone's taste. Discover your new favorite spirit at colonymeadery.com. Looking for a marketing company that's hauntingly effective? Well, Ghost Marketing Company provides expert white label marketing for your business. They bring your brand to life with social media management, eye-catching graphics, targeted ad campaigns, and stunning photography and video production. With Ghost Marketing, you get all the benefits of a marketing team without big agency pricing. It's so good, it's scary. Are you ready to grow your business? Visit ghostmarketingco.com. That's ghostmarketingco.com. And we are back. We did not fly to the Denver airport. We are still here. I had a really weird dream last night. I think it kind of involves UFOs and weird people. It was so bizarre. I was back at my parents' house, like I was living there or something.
I hate when that happens.
All of a sudden I hear this strange noise, and I look outside, and there is this cylinder-esque drone zipping by, and it's got these wings in the front, and it looks very odd. I run out and I pull my phone out to record it because I'm like, oh my god, drones are here now.
Finally, it's happening.
Right? And then it loops back around and starts landing in the front yard. And I go out and I'm trying to grab it, like to catch it. And as soon as I touch it, Jeeps pull up, like silver Jeeps. People with clown makeup are in the car, and they are trying to capture me. And I run inside and I'm I try to close the door and they're pushing in and they're saying, "Let me in," and I'm like, and then I get my back to the door. I'm like, I need help, and yeah, I woke up at 3:30 in the morning.
Great. Witching hour.
Yeah.
Because the killer clowns from outer space were coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The killer clowns.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, a strange one.
I had an alien dream once. Do you guys want to hear it? My alien dream?
Of course.
I told this to CJ for the first time like a couple of months ago, and he was like, "Wow, that's fucked, Hannah. That's
And
really
you don't dream
gross."
often, so
I don't. I used to. This was like I had it a number of years ago when I used to have very vivid dreams. But the weird thing, I wear glasses. I cannot see. My vision is very, very bad. And that's kind of an important thing to know going into this dream. I had dreamed that I woke up. I came back online in a very cold, very sterile, echoey, white and silver room. And in the dream, I wasn't wearing my glasses, so I couldn't see. And which, like, the storytelling part of my brain is like, that is brilliant, because that way you didn't have to come up with the details. You didn't have to imagine a whole alien spacecraft, because your fucking glasses were off and you're blind as shit. Yeah. But I could see, like, there were control panels and there were, like, little lights flashing and beeping. And then these three figures started to kind of loom over top of me. And they were so tall and my vision was so bad that I couldn't make out their faces. But when they would reach down toward me into my field of vision, I was able to see their hands, which were definitely longer than human hands, and kind of suction cuppy. And they were very they had very wise hands. They were very leathery and wrinkly.
See me right away. I'd be like, next dream, gotta go.
I didn't wake up though. I was just and I couldn't move. I was on the alien table and I couldn't move, and I could breathe and I could look around, but I couldn't do anything else. And as I'm there, the aliens, they take like a sharp instrument and they start up here and they cut all the way down, maybe to my pubic bone. And I can't really see what they're doing and I can't really feel what they're doing, but I can kind of feel pressure and being touched and like pulled apart.
What if an alien actually did this to you?
I was just my light bulb went up. I'm like, Hannah, you fucking got abducted.
I really don't think I did. I think I'm just a very vivid dreamer.
Did.
But anyway, so the aliens, I don't know what the hell they were looking for or doing, but they took out something from maybe my chest cavity, and it was like big and black and like slimy, and they took it and they set it on my chest, and I could kind of see it, but I kind of couldn't. Mostly I couldn't.
It's your
and
soul.
I could tell that they were like still fucking around.
They were like, this bitch is so funny and so wild. Let's open her up and see where all that funny shit comes from.
Let's make it
a black blob.
Yeah, it's just the evil. But that was my alien dream.
That's crazy.
You dreamt you woke up. You didn't have your glasses.
Yeah.
I really think you got abducted and then your glasses came off.
Maybe. I mean, they were back when I woke up in bed the next day.
They brought you back
normal.
like, shit,
I have no
these fell off.
incisions.
Yeah, I gotta give her
Oh
these.
shit, here you go.
Well, people who have claimed to be abducted have claimed that they have, opened the skin and either implanted stuff or took stuff out, and they didn't have scars or incisions because they have some advanced healing, some whatever technology to do that.
That's
Maybe you got
wild.
abducted.
Maybe I did. Who knows? I didn't
If you
think I was that.
find something, if you ever get an X-ray or an MRI and they find something weird inside,
I mean, I've had X-rays.
nothing weird.
No, I mean just like myself.
I don't have any alien dreams.
No alien dreams.
No, because I think of how I dream. I've never experienced it, so I can't dream of it. Like, my creativity is very lacking in dreamland. It's very real.
Except when you see dead people in your dreams.
Except
That's
the dead
a little
people.
Oh, that's
creative.
cool.
I've never seen a dead person that has a knife in its head. Except in dreams.
Damn, that's wild.
Other than movies, but...
Well, that's cool. If any of you have had alien dreams, let us know.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
If any of you have been abducted, like possibly Hannah, let us know.
Yeah, we want to hear about it.
We are out of spooky fan stories. I even wrote a sad face on Jordan's note that we don't have spooky fan stories.
I said we ain't got none.
We need spooky fan stories.
Shame on all of you.
I can see the numbers of everyone that listens and watches. There's a lot of you. I know you have paranormal stories, no matter what they are, no matter how long or short. You can remain anonymous, and I sound like a broken record because I say this on every fucking podcast. But people love the spooky fan stories because it makes other people feel not so alone.
Yeah.
That's what all the feedback we get when people love that section. Well, that section is not in this episode because we need spooky fan stories.
Tell
So
us.
send them. You can
Send 'em
find us
in.
on social. There's a contact form on our website. You can email
me.
GhostEncountersStories@gmail.com. Plenty of options. Send them over to us. And we love you all. Thank you so much for listening and watching. And it's been a very cool, out of this world or not so out of this world episode.
Yes, this has been interesting.
Yes.
My brain is thinking. I'm over here thinking.
Yeah, now my mind is spiraling through all these conspiracies
all the
and
aliens.
yeah,
Are they among us?
Definitely.
maybe.
Definitely.
For sure.
I still think you got abducted.
Me too. I can't look at her.
Aliens. we
Cannot
got
look
'em.
at you now.
What?
I'm like, oh no, it happened to her. She's got the alien fingers.
You know what's another one? There was a movie called The Fourth Kind with Mila Jovovich.
Oh.
And it's apparently a true story because a lot of people go missing in Alaska and they consider it to be aliens. And there's some weird audio recordings and shit. It's wild. Yeah.
Oh,
I've never
I hate
heard of
the
it.
So
audio
maybe
shit.
we'll have
It's
some more
upsetting.
alien episodes and
Yeah.
I'll go
we'll
over the
there
stuff
is
that happens
a-
in Alaska and that story.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm for it. Next time I'll do Indrid Cold if we're talking about aliens with like names.
Cool.
I like alien names. And then oh no, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not
Hey,
going to do
we're
it.
okay. We're gonna spiral, and all of a sudden it's
Hour
gonna go
later.
crazy. Yeah. Everyone who's listening, again, thank you so much for watching. Give us 5 stars. It really helps us out. Give us a nice review. Feedback, if you've got any feedback, or if you have anything specific that you want us to cover,
Oh yeah.
let us know. Like, remember one person reached out and said, "Dude, Gettysburg." All right, so we got
did
an
it.
we got an expert
did.
on Gettysburg. And we did
That was
Gettysburg.
great. That was a good episode.
We've had some other people share what they want to hear, and we've done them. So if any of you have any suggestions, anything you want us to hear, cover, just let us know, and we'll do it. Again, love you all, and
We love you.
stay
so
spooky.
much.
Can Valiant Thor come back and save the universe?
Oh, I thought you were going to go. Don't leave your glasses on the alien ship.